along everybody to Imola, just down the road from Ferrari HQ, and they know a thing or two about pace, and pace today is king. It's qualifying day, and it's great to have you with us.
Hello everybody, it's Joe here, and welcome back to my F1 24 career mode campaign. This is round 3 of season 5. We are now at Imola for the Emilia Romagna or Imola Grand Prix, whatever you want to call it. If you haven't seen the last one, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. Too many mistakes have been made on my part this season already. Bahrain, we threw away points with an incident we could have avoided. Australia, bad strategy calls cost us the race, as well as pushing too hard on inter tyres that were going off. We can't keep making these mistakes. We have thrown away so many points already. The car is capable of being up there in the fight for podiums and maybe even wins. We have to stop throwing away points, and that is what we're going to do here. We're going to try and get ourselves back on track after 2 pretty dismal weekends, you've got to say. Although some points in Australia, the fact that we got points, it was a small consolation prize, but I want more. We need to be aiming higher, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Q2, we've topped the timesheets. It was quite tight getting through Q1, but we did do just that. Q2, we're fine again, top of the timesheet, so that is what the car is capable of. I now need to deliver within that capability. However, the qualifying lap, we made a pretty big mistake in the beginning of it, and we spent the rest of the lap just trying to make up for it. In the end, well, it was a pretty good rest of the lap, but other than the way it went wrong at the beginning, and the best we could do was P9. But I'm still happy that we weren't completely at the bottom of the top 10. I still felt like it was worth going for it, and in the end, yeah, P9. So there are opportunities that could come to us here. Hopefully we move forward in the race.
Well, today's venue has a full name that is perhaps lesser known than its informal one. So today we're at Imola, or to give it its official title, the Autodrome. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Gasly, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Fittipaldi, Sunshine, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Hamilton, Perez, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Sainz, Vesti, Ocon, Théo Pourchaire, Joe, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And alongside me,
we've got a great chance of getting another points finish in this race. Keep it clean and hopefully we can work our way up the field.
How far up the order can we move in 32 laps? We're up to P8 already thanks to a penalty. What can we do? Underway here at Imola, and Max Verstappen straight away limping off of that start, and Stroll having to avoid him. As we all head into turn 1, I'm a little bit blocked in. There's nowhere to go. Hulkenberg's having a look for P8. In fact, Hulkenberg has overtaken me there, and he's nearly forcing me off the road. Side by side with our teammate Nico back out of it. And as we go a little bit deep there, Hulkenberg showing he has no intention of backing out there. Still fighting me, but eventually I get the better of my teammate, and Hulkenberg's just going to have to back out of that one. We're in P8 then. We haven't lost or gained anything. It's frustrating though. I do feel like we might have had a way past Piastri or Verstappen into turn 1, but we just got blocked, so there was nowhere for us to go. But it's a long race. Anything can happen over the course of 32 laps. Problem is now though, we're all in this DRS train at the beginning of the race. I'm trying to use overtake to see if I can find an advantage on Piastri. And you know what, we're finding it. We got a great run potentially building there, but Piastri defending that well, and as a result we are not able to take P7 away from him just yet. and Hulkenberg waiting right behind me for any potential opportunity of getting by. Meanwhile, we're now getting ready for another attack on Piastri, and we're a bit closer out of the final corner this time. So there is a chance to go after Piastri here. We're going to use that opportunity. We're going to go to the outside of the corner. Piastri defends, but he breaks a bit earlier than us. In fact, he broke quite a lot earlier than us. And we sweep round, take P7. That wasn't that difficult of an overtake. Next up, we're on the back of the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, and he's looking at the rear wing of the Aston Martin of Enzo Fittipaldi, who is up in 5th place. Enzo doing a great job there as we tap the grass and go across the chicane, and Piastri's just going to say thank you very much. Slight mistake there, costing me a little bit of time. You see it there, catching the grass, bit late on the brakes, going across the chicane, and the McLaren of Oscar Piastri getting back past. However, this time he will not have the advantage of DRS on Verstappen. We will have the advantage of DRS on Piastri, and we managed to get that move done before we even get to the braking area, so no real harm done there. We just need to get back onto the DRS of the drivers in front, otherwise it's going to be a very long race defending P7. And in fact, we have got right onto the back of these cars, because they're actually, some of them are embroiled in quite a strong battle of their own, and this is allowing me to catch right up to the rear of the Red Bull of Verstappen. Out of the final corner we go. Look at these sector times for me, they're absolutely blistering at this stage. No fastest lap though, and we're going to have a go at Max Verstappen. He's covering the inside, we're going to try and go to the outside. Can we do the move? Not really. Verstappen holding more momentum than us, holding the position. Well held, Max. You are not going to bully Verstappen into making a mistake very easily. Quite the opposite. He's more likely to force you into an error trying to pass him. Next time round, it's the end of lap 6 into lap 7, and I'm going for another attack on the world champion. This time we're much closer. Verstappen sort of covering the middle of the circuit. I'm going for the gap anyway, round the outside of one. Oh, we got across the escape road and we bounced off the curb and into Verstappen. And we nearly go round there, but the crucial thing is we take front wing damage. We were forced wide by the Red Bull. I went across the grass trying to push it across the escape road, bouncing the curb, and as a result, I went straight into Verstappen. Had no control over that once I'd gone and hit those sausage curbs. And we go into Verstappen, round we go. Or should I say, round it went. And now we are in the pits, or leaving the pit, should I say, having changed the front wing. But it's all gone wrong here at Imola once again. And now I've got to try and make the best of it on hard tyres. More to the point, I've got to try and take hard tyres 25 laps, which is going to be quite a huge ask. I'm basically asking them to do the vast majority of this Grand Prix. However, I'm already setting fastest lap, so we might actually be able to negate the time lost for the front wing change with the undercut. And let's just see how far forward we get, but the rest of the race will be a defending game because our tyres will be significantly older. But I'm giving it as hard of a push as I can just to see if we can end up in the top 5 again. That is my goal for now, and the car just feels amazing on these tyres. But have I gone the right way with going on the hards? Slowing down then is Nico Hulkenberg, and that's a shame. He looked like he was genuinely in with a good shout of getting some points from this one. And look how hard I'm pushing around Aqua Minerale. There is just no let up in the pace that I'm driving at. And who's that right in front of me? That is Lando Norris, who I believe was leading this Grand Prix. So have we put ourselves in a net P2 in this Grand Prix? Who knows? Meanwhile, we've got Stroll and Verstappen right behind, so I have jumped Max Verstappen. So I'm quite happy about that, and now we're really fighting Norris, and I've got to use this time now while his tyres are getting up to temperature, because that will be my one chance to attack him. And on lap 16, here we go, attacking Lando Norris. This is potentially for the lead of the race. Norris tries to cover, nothing he can do, and once again Norris having to surrender the lead of this Grand Prix to us, and Lando Norris once again in P2 as we take the lead from him at Imola. Every time we come to this circuit now, he's just going to dread seeing me behind him. But right now we're leading the race, although we're not leading it by a lot. And here comes Lando Norris trying to take that lead back, but we're defending it quite well there. No way through for Lando Norris. He's going to have to rethink that particular attack. And at the moment we are holding on to this lead. Still quite a way to go. It's daunting when you're really fighting for it. Norris once again up the inside. Once again, no way through there. We just take the middle of the circuit, and that is the right place to put the car. We're just placing it in all the right positions at the moment, although that's not a particularly good place to put it. And Norris once again attacking round the outside of the chicane. Can't do it there. Has to back out. Now he'll get a go at getting some DRS for the straight. And Norris very, very close already. 2 tenths. But this is where I can get some decent torque out the corner. Decent traction. And get straight on overtake. That allows me an extra tenth or so. But Norris is there. He is right there and waiting to have a go into one. And running out of overtake isn't going to help us. I'm parking it in the middle of the circuit. And Norris is just going to have to find another way. Apologies for that brief pause. We've gone a little bit deep there, and Norris is going to try and go around. No, it's not Norris, that's Russell. Russell has got past Lando Norris, and now it's Russell that is taking the lead. George Russell now leads the Imola Grand Prix. He goes to cover the inside there to stop us having a go. Norris is trying to get through for second. No way through there. And now we've got 11 laps to go, and this is getting serious. Russell leading the way, but thankfully we have managed to hold that DRS zone. This race not over yet, but my tyres are just starting to feel a bit tired. And we're not going to be able... This is going to be a hard race to try and win. And there's many other cars catching up to this train and involving themselves as we go down the inside of George Russell. And we force him wide there, but Russell not giving up easy, but eventually having to back out as we take the lead back here in Imola. It's myself, Russell and Norris all within 3 tenths, and Stroll and Fittipaldi also right there in the wings. Russell's having a go at the chicane, and Russell's taking it again. And the chicane, George Russell retaking the lead here at Imola, but once again he's gone for it at a very silly place. DRS detection point here, and I shouldn't lose too much time going through these 2 corners. And if I stay close enough, surely we can set a run up and retake the lead back from George Russell. That is what I'm doing. Lando Norris very close as well, and we're going to get past Russell before we even really get to the corner. So it's not really an overtake that required that much effort on our part. And Russell once again down to second. And Russell slipping further to third as Lando Norris has now got back past him. And Norris has such clear intentions on this race lead here. Lando Norris is not going to give this one up. He had to give it up last season after a mistake, after poor tyre strategy. He's not giving this one up though, as he sends it down the inside, and Lando Norris back into the lead here at Imola. We're back down to second, and once again it's a case of, can I hold on to the DRS range by the end of the lap? Answer, yes I can. And once again we resume our assault on Lando Norris. What a battle this is for the lead. And what an effort this is, considering my tyres are really screaming in protest at me now. Every time they're sliding that bit more, but we get past Lando Norris and retake the lead here. But look at the grip, it's not really there. Look at the traction, it's not really there. I'm having to defend in corners you wouldn't normally see me defending, and Russell Norris is going for it. He's down the inside here. Norris holding on through that chicane and sending it back down the inside. Lando Norris retaking the lead here at Imola. Russell's going for second. I'm going to have to defend that one. But once again, we hold on to that second gap with Norris. And we're really holding on to him. Norris just not able to pull away. Here we go again down the straight. We're just going to blast past the McLaren. And Lando is just going to be thinking to himself, what do we have to do here? 4 laps remaining, and I might just be able to hold on. But I can feel the tyres at the end of lap 30. There's just not that much traction round the corners where there used to be. And we went wide out of the final corner. This is allowing Norris to get alongside. Side by side down the straight into turn 1. Norris is ahead. Under braking. I'm trying to brake later, but I can't get myself back ahead of Norris. This time Lando Norris has the position, and this time he's already pulled away a significant amount, and I'm really struggling to keep up with him because my tyre grip is just not there. And here we go again on the straight. George Russell going for second. There is nothing we can do about that as we start the final lap. And that's Lance Stroll going for third. But I'm not going to make it easy for him. He's still going for it. And these tyres have absolutely gone now. There is nothing left of them. And if they'd have just held on for a couple of more laps, I could have carried the speed that I wanted to. But not being able to carry the speed meant we went a bit wide in the final corner. That let Lando Norris through with a couple of laps to go. And then on the final lap, Russell just went straight past us on the straight. But it's still going to be P3. It's still going to be a podium. And given we lost our front wing at the beginning of the race, I will take it. But Lando Norris has his redemption day for what happened last season in this career mode. And he gets his Imola win. For us it's P3 though. And given we started P8, again we had that moment we lost the front wing. I'll happily take it.
Go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm very happy to see them there on that top step of the podium. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, F1 is if backwards, and if we didn't run out of tyres, we might have been able to hold on to that win. If we didn't lose our front wing, would we have been able to fight our way through? I guess we'll never know now, but Lando Norris wins here at Imola. Russell gets second, we recover a podium. And for me, that's pretty much all I could ask for from that race after all the shenanigans that happened. And then Stroll, and I didn't see who else completed the top 5. It was actually Pierre Gasly that finished 5th. So there's your championship standings. Russell leads the way. Norris is 4 points off. And we're now finally getting some decent points on the board, but we're quite a way off the main fight yet. But we have the pace to be in it. That's the thing, we have the pace to be in the fight. So we've got to stop making these little mistakes. I got alongside Verstappen here. I feel like I was forced a little bit wide, but I pushed myself a bit too hard, went across the curb, lost control, and at the end of the day the contact still happened. So, but I'm happy with what we recovered. But we've got to stop making these little mistakes, knuckle down, and get ourselves in this fight. Thank you for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like, hit subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care, enjoy the rest of your day.